Hi, welcome to Maths Nibuna, your maths buddy. Okay, a large cube is built using 64 smaller identical cubes. Okay, when they say it's a 64 identical cube, then means we have 4 by 4 by 4 smaller cubes. Okay, first, so normally this kind of question is better to draw first. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, just sketch only. Yeah. Okay, no need a very perfect one. Okay, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, okay, 4. Okay. Okay, let's say I will draw. So now they said, what is the maximum possible number of small cubes that have exactly one face? 3 of these faces, large cube, are painted. Okay. So normally, when they say what is the maximum possible, okay, when maximum possible, you have to paint. You can't paint these 3 sides. Must be one side and the opposite. Maybe this side I painted. Okay. Okay, and then another side must be here. I paint this side, opposite side. On more side you can paint anywhere. Maybe don't put 1, 2, 3 this one. Okay, maybe you can paint this one or paint this one. Okay, this is to get a maximum. If minimum, you have to paint these 3. If maximum, paint this one and opposite side, and then one more adjacent side. Okay, now they ask us to find what is the maximum number of possible face cubes that have exactly one face painted. Okay, this one I paint here, I also paint here, so this one cannot. Okay, already two sides painted. Like this one is already painted here and painted here. This one also cannot. This one also cannot. Okay, this all cannot because all painted two sides. Okay, this one is one side painted. This one also one side painted. Okay, this one also same one. Okay. Okay, this one also can. This one all can. All on side painted. Okay, now this one is painted here, but at the back we never painted. So this one also painted at one side. Okay. So the same thing when we look at here. So in this one you have to imagine. So these 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, just side of this one, it's all out. But here we have can one-sided painted. These 3 all one-sided painted. That means we have 1, 2, 3. We have 4 rows. So 4 times 3, 12. Here we have 1, 2, 3. Same like this one. This side we will have same like this, 12. Okay. And then here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So 8 plus 2 is 10. 10 plus 2 is 2. 1, 32. That means we have painted 32 cubes. This is maximum we can do. Okay, if you paint this and the top one, these 3, you'll get a less. Okay, so to get a maximum, we have to paint opposite. So the answer is C. Okay, question 27. Anna wants to write a number in each of these squares. Sum of the 4 numbers in each row and the sum of the 4 numbers in each column are same. That means when you plus this 4, this 4, this 4, all must be same. And also the row and column both must be same. She's already written some numbers shown. What number does she write in the shaded square? What is the numbers here? So what you can do, you try to find a number which has at least boxes, a row or column which has at least 3 numbers. Okay, this one got 6 plus 2 plus is so the x, so we put this as a x. Okay, you can see here x. So now I change the pen. Okay, I say this is x. Okay, so that means total is 6 plus 2 plus 7 plus x is 6 plus 2 8 plus 7 is 15 plus x. That means all must be 15 plus x. Okay, never mind, we don't know what is 15 plus x, don't worry. Okay, all must be 15 plus x. Okay. Now look at another column with 3 numbers. So this one we don't know. Let's say this is y. So 2 plus 2 plus 8 plus y. 2 plus 2 is 4 plus 8 is 12 plus y is equal to 15 plus x. Correct? This equal to 15 plus x. So what is y? 12 I bring the other side become 3 plus x. Okay? So 12, 15 minus. This is 3 plus x. Okay. Now we look at this column 7 for x. So let's say this is now I put z. Okay, z equal to z plus 7 plus 4 is 11 plus x equal to 15 plus x. Okay, x and x can cancel. So my z is 15 minus 11 is 4. So this is 4. Okay. Now this is 15 plus x. So 1 plus 3 plus x plus f4 and plus this one. Let's say okay, y is this already there. Okay, let's say a. Okay, 1 plus 4, 1 plus 3 plus x plus 4 plus a equal to 15 plus x. Okay, x and x I can cancel. So this is a. 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8 plus a equal to 15. So a equal to 15 minus 8. Minus 8 is 7. So this is 7. So the answers will be C. Okay, question 28. Alice, Bella and Kathy had an arm wrestling contest. In each game, 2 girls wrestled while the third one rested. Okay. After each game, the winner played the next game. The loser will be rested. Okay, who loses will be rested. In total, Alice played 10 games. Bella played 15 games. 15 times, and Kathy played 17 times. So we first have to find total number of games. Okay. So Alice 10, Bella 15, and Kathy 17. Total are 42 times they played. Okay. If they played 42 times, that means number of games are total number of games is equal to 42 divided by 2, which is 21 games. Okay, because each of them played each game has 2 players. That means if 42 games, that means 42 times they played. That means they only have 21 games. Okay, out of 21 games, we have to now know who's play and who's rest. Okay, this is rest, this is play. Okay, now when you look at the numbers, Alice play 10 times, so she rest 11 times, correct? Because 21 games, she must rest 11 times. Then Belly plays 15 times, that means she rest 21 6 times. Okay, Kathy played 70 times, then she rest 4 times. Okay, that means she played many games. C and B plays a lot of games. Only Alice played very less games. Okay, if she want to get 11 rest out of 21 games, she want to rest 11 times. That means each every 2 games she get rest at least once. Correct? Because she have to 11 rest. So we have a 21 game. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's say we have a 21 game. So maybe if she rest at number 2, okay, let's say she rest at number 2. Okay, at this rest. Number 3 she must play. And then she have to rest. I mean at least 1 game play, 1 game she rest. If she rests at 2, 4, 6, 8, okay, 2, 4, 6, 8 until go to 20, she only can test 10 games. So this is not possible. We want her only rest 11 games. So in order to rest 11 games, she must start the first game. We must rest at the first game. Okay, second game, somebody else. Third game, she rest. And the fourth game, she play. And then this is, it means the first game she play, third game, fifth game, seventh game, until the 21st game she have to play. Then only she can get the 11 games rest. So she have to rest. Sorry, yes, not play. First first game, third game, fifth game, seventh game, she have to rest. Okay, then only she can get the maximum rest, 11 rest. So if she rests at the first time, that means B will versus C. Okay, so second game she have to go inside to play. C, I can play either B or C. Okay, let's say she play C, then B will go out. And then in order to be at rest at the third game, the second game she must lost. She must lost this game, then only she can go here. If she wins, she will remain here. So second game Alice must be lost, so that then only Alice can be here at the third game. So the question asks who lost the second game. So Alice is the one lost the second game. So the answer is A. Okay, question 29. Okay, I tell you the point. Okay, a zigzag line starts at the point A. Starts here. At one end of diameter of AB, this is a diameter, AB is a diameter. Each of the angle between the zigzag line and the diameter AB is equal to alpha. So this is alpha, all alpha. Okay. After 4 peaks, the zigzag line ends at the point P. So this is 1 peak, 2 peak, there's a 3 peaks, and it has one more peak. Okay, then it should end at B. The zigzag line ends at that point P. What is the size of alpha? Okay, before do this question, we have to know one property of the circumference and inscribed circle. Okay, the angle of inscribed circle. Okay, so let's say we have a circle. Okay, this is the center. Okay, we have a one line from this circumference to this circumference. Okay, and another line touch from here to here. Okay, now let's say this angle is called inscribed angle is equal to theta. Okay, so if this is theta, we know that the angle at the center, the central angle, this one, okay, it should be 2 theta, correct? This is theta. If angle at the circumference is theta, then angle at the center is 2 theta. Okay, now we want to find the length of this arc. Okay, so the formula to find the length is, okay, L is equal to 2 pi r. It's the basic one, and now it's only covers 2 theta of the 360 degree. The total is 360 degree. We only cover now 2 theta. So the length is 2 theta over 360. Okay, that's 2 theta over 360 times with 2 pi r. Okay, r is your radius. Okay, now, so we also know that 2 pi radian is 360 degrees. Okay, that means the angle, okay, this angle, normally we angle will give you in degree, 30 degree, 40 degree, 50 degree, under 360 degree, and then can go more. But we also got another unit for the angle. Okay, we can use a radian. Okay, like for the length, we have a meter, centimeter, feet, inch, is it many units. The same thing for the angle. So angle can be written as in the degree, 360 degree, or radian. Radian is a unit, right? Unit of angle. So 360 degree is equal to 2 pi. Okay, when 360 degree equal to 2 pi, so this 360 I mean replace with 2 pi. So now this 2 pi and this 2 pi I can eliminate, I can cancel. Now I have 2r, 2 pi gone, r theta. So for any circle, if the inscribed angle is theta, and then the length of the arc covered by the inscribed angle is 2r theta. That means if this is theta, this is 2r theta. This is, you must know before do this question. Okay, now we look at the question. Go to the question. We have a circle. We have 1, 2, 3. Okay, 2 peaks, 3 peaks, and then 4 peaks. Okay, and this is the diameter. Okay, this is A, this is B, this is C. Okay, what is given is this is alpha. If this is alpha, this is also alpha. Okay, and this is also alpha, and this is also alpha. All are so parallel. Okay, and then if this is alpha, this is also alpha. Okay, this is all alpha because this length and this length is same. This length and this length is same. Okay, so okay, this is alpha. Okay, now we look at the inscribed angle. Okay, let's say this is the inscribed angle. Okay, so AB to AC. So the angle is alpha. Then this length, circumference, this arc is equal to 2r alpha. This is alpha. This is 2r alpha. Okay, now we consider same one. Okay, let's say this is 2r alpha. You have to find from C to B is 2r alpha. Okay, now we extend this line to the next circumference at the bottom. Okay, you'll get another 4 triangles. Okay, if this is alpha and this is alpha, this should be this. If this is alpha, this is alpha. This is also alpha, and then this should be 280. Sorry, 180 minus 2 alpha. So we just name it as beta. Okay, this angle we name it as the beta, and then the beta we know that it is 180 minus 2 alpha. Okay, if this is beta, so may I know what is the length of this one? C2. Let's say this is x. C to x will be 2r beta. Okay, consider this one. Okay, this is 2r beta. Then now we consider this angle. This angle and this angle is same. If this is beta, this is also beta. Okay, now we consider this arc. Okay, if this is beta, this is 2r beta. So now 2r beta plus 2r beta is 4r beta equal to 2r alpha. Okay, so from C to B. Okay, 2r beta plus 2r beta equal to 2r alpha. So 4r beta equal to 2r alpha. So we know that beta equal to 180 minus 2 alpha. It is here. Okay, so here I take out my 2. I divide everything by 2. 2r, then here only left 2. If 2 are gone, only left, sorry, this is alpha, not theta, this is alpha. Okay, so that means 360, 2 times 180, 360 minus 2 alpha times 2 alpha, 2 times 2 alpha is 4 alpha, so equal to alpha. This is alpha. Okay, now 360 equal to 4 plus 1 is 5 alpha, so alpha is 72 degree. So this is how we have to solve this question. Okay, question number 30. 8 consecutive 3-digit positive integers have the following property. Each of them is divisible by its last digit. What are the sum of the digits of the smallest of the 8 integers? Okay, we first find what are the 8 integers are there. When we said a consecutive 3-digit positive integers, so we just talk about the last number. Okay, let's say this is the first number. Okay, so this is the first number. So that means the last number can be 0 or 1 or 2 or 3, 4, 5, okay, 6, 7, 8 or 9. Okay, but we only want to consider 8 numbers. Okay, so now what we want to do, the 3-digit number, let's say this is number 4020. Let's say the last digit is 0. So is it divisible by 0? So any number we cannot divide by 0. Okay, so there is not possible the 0 will be one of the number. So the number could start with 1, the last digit can be 1 until 9. But here we have 1 to 9, we have 9 numbers. We only take 8 numbers, correct? Okay. When we talk about divisible by the last digit, okay, so normally these 2, 3, 4 all very common to divide by any numbers. Okay, 5 we know the 5 is, if divisible by 5, last number must be 5. 6 also is a 3 2. So we take 7. 7 is not many number can be divided by 7. Okay, so we take 7. Okay. When it's divisible by 7, okay, when 3 digit, before that, when 3 digit, we can start from 100 until 999, correct? This is a 3 digit number. We don't know where is the numbers, is placed, maybe 800, 201, or 300, or 400, 600, anyway. Okay, but we consider the last digits. Okay, now, if a number have to be divided by 7, okay, the first number after 100 can divide by 7 is what? 100 can be divided. Okay, we start with 100. Okay, I try 100. Divide by 7. Okay, 1, 7, 30. So 4, 28. Balance 2. So I need another 5. So the first number can divide by 7 is 105. Okay. Okay. Divide by 7, 105. So after 105, we plus another 712. Okay, but last digit is not 7. Okay, after 12, also last digit not 7. So we have to find which number the last digit is 7. Okay, so plus 7 is 119. This also cannot, last digit not 7. And then we start with, because the 7 times 7, okay, we know that, okay, it can be 7, 14, and then 21, 28, 35. So this was all out, not for 7. Only 7 is the last digit is 7. After that 35, 42 also cannot. After 42, 49, and then see here, this is 2, 5, 2, 9, 5, 2, 9, and then after 49, 7, 8, 56. Okay, cannot. And then after 56, 63 also cannot, and then 70 cannot. And then the next number should be 77. That means from 70, you have to, for the next digit can divide by 7, you have to plus with 7. Okay, sorry, we have to 7, you have to plus with 70. Okay, that means from here we find which one is the first number, last digit is 7, can divide by 7. Okay, after 9 it should be 6, correct? Okay, I plus 1, 2, 6, and then 1, 3, 3. Okay, 1, 4, 0, still cannot. And then the first number is 147. This is the first number. Okay, the 3-digit number, which is the last digit 7, and then can divide by 7. Okay, you can try. Okay, the next number should be, as I told you, yes, 70 numbers. After the 70 number, then only another number will be can be divided by 7. Okay, where the last digit is 70. So 147 plus 70. 147 plus 70. You plus 70. So 7, 217. Then plus 70 again, 287. Okay, that means if this is 147, okay, we put 147, this must be 146, 145, 144, then have to go until 149. Okay, 287 plus 7, 357. So these are the numbers which can suitable with our conditions. Okay, another 70, 427. Okay, and then 42, 49, right, 49, 56, okay, 63, okay, I write here, 707, okay, 777, 840, okay, plus 70, 900, oh sorry, 847, sorry, 917, 987. So these are the possible numbers. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 numbers. I have a 30 out of, just now we have a almost 900 number. From 900 number, when I consider 7, I already reduced to about less than 20 numbers. Okay, now these are the possible numbers which I could consider for the condition, given condition. Okay, now if this is 147, okay, this is 147, this must be 142. Okay, this must be 143, 144, 145, and then so on. Okay, 5 sure. If this is 7, this will be 5. Okay, for the 5. Okay, we consider for 3. Okay, how to find a number is divisible by 3 or not. So, to decide a number is divisible by 3 or not, what we do, we add all the digits. Okay, if all the digits, sum of the digit can divide by 3, then the number is divisible by 3. For example, I have 1, 4, 7. When I add 1, 4, 7, 4 plus 1 is 5, 5 plus 7 is 12. 12 is divisible by 3. So 147 is divisible by 3. Okay, but I have to test at this one. If this is 147, okay, at this place I will have 143. Is it 143 divisible by 3? 4 plus 1, 5 plus 3 is 8, sum of digits. So this one cannot divide by 3. So this one will out. So second digit 217. 7 plus 1 is 8. 8 plus 2 is 7 plus 1 is 8. 8 plus 2. Oh, sorry. 1, 2, 1, 3. Eh? This is 217. This one will be 213. So 3 plus 1 is 4 plus 2 is 6. Okay. Then this is can divide by 3. Okay. 287. And then it will be 283 at this position. Okay, 8 plus 2, 10 plus 13. 13 cannot divide by 3, so this is out. 357, this line is out. 357, now 353. 3 plus 3, 6 plus 5 is 11, so cannot divide by 3, so this is also out. 427 is become 423. 6 plus 3 is 9. So this one is considerable. This one also considered. You see here, consider, cannot. This one can consider, sure this is 2 cannot. This one can consider, this 2 cannot. This one can consider, this 2 cannot. Okay, now, okay, from so many numbers, we only have 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers. What are the 4 numbers? I write again. I have the line of 217, 427, 630, 847, and 4 numbers only. Okay, that means if 217, this one will be 216, this one will be 215, and then so on. So this one will be numbers. Okay, now we look at the divisible by 4. Okay, what is divisible by 4? If divisible by 4, last 2 number, okay, last 2 number must be can divide by 4. Okay, so if this is 217, this will be 214. This will be 424. Okay, can you see? Sorry, I repeat again. So now I have 4 numbers only, 4 rows. If this is the 7th line, 7th row. If in 4th column, okay, this will be 214. This one 424. This one 63. This is 637. Okay, 637. 634. 844. Out of these 4 numbers, which one is divisible by 4? Okay, so 214, the last 2 number is 14. So 14 cannot divide by 4. So then I can reject this number. Okay, 424, 24 I can divide by 4. So this one is acceptable. 634, 34 cannot divide by 4. I take it out. 844, 44 can divide by 4. I can take this one. Now you see, from 900 number, I already reduced 2 numbers only possible. Possible is 424 or 844. Okay. 424, 425, 426. Maybe start from 421, 421 until 429. Okay, this one. 841 until 849. Okay, now we try to consider, we have to consider 8 divisible by 8 and divisible by 9. Okay, we try divisible by 8 first. If divisible by 8, okay, 4 to 4, we can just divide and see whether it is 4 to 8. We have to try test 4 to 8. Okay, 5 is 40 is 28. So this one cannot divide by 8. Okay, 8 for 4, 8 for 8, sorry, 8 for 8, 1, 0, 48. Okay, so this can divide by 8. That means we have 8 for 1 can divide by 1, 8 for 2 sure can divide by 2 because this is a even number. 8 for 3 we already tested just now, can divide by 3. 8 for 4 can divide by 4. 8 for 5 sure can divide by 5, last number is 5. 8 for 6 can divide by 6 because if it is divisible by 2 and divisible by 3, then it is divisible by 6. 8 for 7 we already tested, it can divide by 7. 8 for 8 is divisible by 8, it also can. And now we look at 8 because we only need 8 consecutive number. So this can be an 8 consecutive number. We see whether 9 or not because they want sum of the digit of the smallest of the 8 integers. This is smallest, but anyway we test for 9. 8 for 9 can divide by 9 or not. Okay, so 9, 81, 39. So cannot divide by 9. So that means we just consider this one because they only need the 8 numbers. Okay, so now our smallest numbers is 8 for 1. Sum of digit of the smallest number is 8 plus 4 plus 1 is 13. Answer is D.